Hi, I'm Brian Nash from How We Got Here Genealogy. On this video, I'm really excited about this is a great new tool from MyHeritage that lets you literally bring ancestors to life. If you don't believe me, go ahead, speak to my great grandfather.
Hello, I'm Charles J. McInnes. I was born on June 19, 1869. I died almost 100 years ago, yet here I am taking over this YouTube video. By the way, what is YouTube, and what is a video? Never mind, I will let my great-great-grandson Brian take over. He's the real expert on these things.
Great. Thank you very much. What should I call you? Should I call you Charlie or Chuck?
No, you can't call me Charlie. And Chuck, well, if you call me Chuck, I will never talk to you again. You can call me great-great-grandpa Charles or even just great-great-grandpa, but you are never to call me Charlie or Chuck. Do you understand?
I can call you that.
Thank you.
Thanks again, great-great-grandpa Charles. Yeah, so I want to show you this new wonderful tool that...
Excuse me, may I interrupt?
Okay.
How's your grandmother, my granddaughter Charlotte, doing? I still remember her as a baby. It's hard to believe she is almost 100 years old now. Time flies when you're dead, I guess. Hee hee ha ha. I'm so droll. I would think you should count yourself lucky if you inherited my sense of humor.
So I want to show you this wonderful new tool that MyHeritage has. Last year I did a video about their colorization tool, and I was quite excited by that, and this is something even more interesting. So this is available on the MyHeritage site. You just go onto your MyHeritage account. It's at myheritage.com. And this video is not sponsored by them. By the way, I just really enjoy this tool. So it's quite obvious. It's in here and under photos. You'll see there's a big new marker that says new there. And this is going to first bring up all your different photos. But if you click on it and hold it, you're going to see where it says live story new. So what happens when you load it up, you'll get any live stories you've already created. I created one of my grandfather, Andrew. Just a little while when I was testing this out, and there's some more here. You'll see choices. The unfortunate thing is there's not an easy way, at least not that I've been able to find yet, that you can just go into your existing photos and then ask it to create a live story. But once you do create a live story for a person, it does create a blank in this, and it does load another person. There is also the option down here at the bottom, upload any photo to begin with. I'm going to use my great-grandmother as an example. So we're going to go through her live story and see how it creates it. So let's create the live story. Now, I'm going to put on my earphones so I can hear this. So it does take a minute or so for it to generate this, the live story. All depending on how much base information you have and the complexity of it trying to create the picture. So once it pops up, it's going to default, and you're going to be able to listen to what it has to say.
My name is Elizabeth Baxter. Let me tell you the story of my life. It started when I was born in December 1892, in Midlothian County. My father Robert Baxter was born circa 1850, in Midlothian County. My mother Elizabeth Kinnaird was born in 1852, in South Lanarkshire County. When they married in 1873, my mother was 2 years younger than my father. I had 6 brothers and sisters: Mary, Robert, John, James, William and Matthew. I married the love of my life, Arthur Mackean Anderson, on February 8, 1910, at age 17 in Glace Bay. That was a day to remember. He was born in 1885, in Nova Scotia. He was 24 years old when we married, 7 years older than me. His occupation was a miner. We had 12 lovely children: James, Betty, Annie, Robert, Roderick, Edith, Andrew, Mary, Arthur, Martha, Phyllis and Jean. We had such a large family. I lived in Lesmahago Colban New Buildings, South Lanarkshire County, Scotland, and Nova Scotia. Arthur and I had 16 lovely grandchildren. From our son James, we had James, Jean, Robert, Edith, and Jean. We had Jack and Elizabeth from our daughter Betty. We had Robert, Trudy, Phyllis, Keith and Marilyn from our son Robert. We had Elizabeth and Newborn from our son Roderick. And finally, we had Catherine and Blanche from our son Andrew. A lifetime full of memories. Thanks so much for watching. Farewell, love and kisses.
Okay, so if you were watching that, you might have noticed a few things. If you're not familiar with pronunciation of communities, it's not Glace Bay, it's Glace Bay. So there's a few things like that, and there's a little spots where it sounds rough. So there's a few things you can do here, which is really neat. You can click on Edit Live Story, and it has base information, which appears to be similar for everybody. It adds a couple of things depending what information you have. So let's just see what we have here. So we're gonna talk about her parents. It's talking about them, where they were born. Talks about her brothers and sisters, and then it talks about her husband. So Glace Bay, it is spelled normally here. So what we need to do is tell it how to say it phonetically. So I can hit add a Y, and I'm just going to quickly listen. It gives us this option that you can hear it.
I married the love of my life, Arthur McKean Anderson, on February 8, 1910, at age 17 in Glace Bay. That was a day.
Okay, so I made that correction. So you can do those type things, which is really kind of neat. You can rearrange the language or anything else you want here. You can add photos, you can add sections. So for instance, down here, my mom does not like being called Blanche. She likes to be called Charlene. And that's what everybody would have called her. I just have her in my records as Blanche Charlene. So the other thing is too, I can add photos or change this. For instance, this one here of my mom, I can actually edit the photo and I can change the photo. So when it is going to change the photos, it's looking for ones that are on your computer. So I have my family sort of organized by different spots. So I'm just going to go into there and I'm going to look for one. I have a nice picture of my mom when she was younger. So I'm going to put her there. Actually, this was my mom's first birthday. So I can change that and I have that there. So now if I play this section.
And finally, we had Catherine and Charlene from our son Andrew.
And so we have that. Now, my mother did have a sister, Catherine, that died in infancy. I obviously have no pictures of her. So I want to change this a little to add this. Now, I really like this. I like a lot of the features. A couple things, like when you're adding these, if you'll see, she's always in the bubble. If there's no, you can add a picture. For instance, if I go here, I can upload a picture, or you can drag and drop it. But if there's no picture, it will just come back to the main picture of her. You can get rid of any sections you want. Like I said, you can adjust the text, and you can also change the options. Now, for her, there's multiple different options, male and female. Unfortunately, they do have a lot of different English accents. There's no Scottish accent, which would be suitable for her. So I'm going to try an Irish accent just to see what that sounds like.
Hello, I'm one of the voices you can use.
So in this one, you can actually speed it up or slow it down if you want to make a change, and you get the test.
Hello, I'm one of the voices you can use. Hello, I'm one of the voices you can use.
So we're going to save that, and we're going to try this one more time. So it's just going to give me save and create. Again, this will take a few minutes while it saves it.
So far this has been pretty informative. Is there something we can do to make sure we get to see more of these things of yours you call YouTube videos?
Sure, I can help you with that. All you need to do is click on the like for this video and hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. That way you'll get notified whenever I have a new video out. Let's see what we have this time.
My name is Elizabeth Baxter. Let me tell you the story of my life. It started when I was born in December 1892 in Midlothian County. My father, Robert Baxter, was born circa 1850 in Midlothian County. My mother, Elizabeth Kinnaird, was born in 1852 in South Lanarkshire County. When they married in 1873, my mother was 2 years younger than my father. I had 6 brothers and sisters: Mary, Robert, John, James, William and Matthew. I married the love of my life, Arthur Mackean Anderson, on the 8th of February 1910, at age 17 in Glace Bay. That was a day to remember. He was born in 1885 in Nova Scotia. He was 24 years old when we married, 7 years older than me. His occupation was a miner. We had 12 lovely children: James, Betty, Annie, Robert, Roderick, Edith, Andrew, Mary, Arthur, Martha, Phyllis and Jean. We had such a large family. I lived in Lismahaga, Colburn New Buildings, South Lanarkshire County, Scotland and Nova Scotia. Arthur and I had 16 lovely grandchildren. From our son James, we had James, Jean, Robert, Edith and Jean. We had Jack and Elizabeth from our daughter Betty. We had Robert, Trudy, Phyllis, Keith and Marilyn from our son Robert.
Now,
we had Elizabeth and
I'm
Newborn
getting
from
all
our son
my,
Roderick. From our son
mother's
Andrew.
cousins.
We had Charlene, and she had a younger sister who did not survive infancy. A lifetime full of memories. Thanks so much for watching. Farewell, love and kisses.
So that's basically it. You know, there's a lot of wonderful things you can do with it. My opinion is it's a great little tool. I would love if there was a little more customizations with the accents. If we could, for instance, have a Scottish accent. Being Canadian, I was actually looking to see if they had a French-Canadian accent. It would be nice if you could even import samples of voices and them to basically duplicate it. I know there is AI that can do that for people that you might have a recording of. For instance, my great-grandmother, I have an hour and a half recording of an interview she did for university research about coal mining. And the you know, when you look at it, there's definitely some things that could be made a little better. For instance, when you look at the eyes, it's really hard, but I have to say that's also the quality of the photo. If we go back here a ways, you'll notice here, this is the original photo that it took it from. So just when it zoomed, it's because of the reflection. It was a low, an older photo, so you're definitely going to have some quality issues. as you saw, that my great grandfather, despite it being older, it wasn't that. It's not that bad of a video quality. It all depends on the glasses and stuff, and light reflecting is hard when doing any type of thing. But the lip movement I thought was really good. And you can do a lot of other things. You can actually, because it has the feature that you can upload photos, you can make other videos from other people as well if you really desire. You also can download the live story so that you will have a copy on your computer that you can use in other projects you might have. Or if you're creating a family video, you can incorporate those things. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give MyHeritage live story about an 8.5. Overall, I was very pleased with it. And like I said, a lot of it's going to depend on the quality. My big thing is I really wish there was a little more variety in voices, and I'm sure that might be something in the future. And like I said, you can do some fun things like this.
Brian, I was talking to your great-great-grandpa Charles, and he was telling me about you and your great series on the family trees of Canadian Prime Ministers. I think I'd like to watch that. How can I watch it?
Just watch this video that's showing up for them now.
Thank you.
John A. I think I'll watch that too.
You do that, Willie. Have a great day, and thanks for watching, and keep searching for your ancestors.